I don't think I've ever gone for a period as this long where I've been consistently sleep deprived every single day. The last 3 weeks, I've been sleeping an average of 3 to 4 hours a night if I'm lucky. And if I even sleep that night, of course that is. There's been some nights the last few weeks where I haven't been able to sleep at all. I just stay awake all night long, drinking coffee, eating green apples, because I'm like, okay, I'm awake now at night. I gotta stay up. Because if I go to sleep at 7 a.m., I'm probably going to wake up at like 2, 3 p.m. and then my schedule is going to be even worse. But now it's getting to a point where this lack of sleep is affecting every other area of my life negatively. I don't know how obvious it is right now when you see my face, but I have incredibly swollen eye bags right now. I mean, these things are just, they're so visible and it's getting really bad. I am just constantly tired all the time. I feel like if I lay down, I'm going to sleep, but then I go lay down and I can't sleep. It's just that weird rut I'm in right now, and I've never gone on for 3 weeks like this. Normally it's a few days, but now it's just getting to a point where I got to do something about it. And I don't know what to do. I've tried drinking chamomile tea. I've tried meditating, I've tried turning my phone screens off, avoiding screen time before bed. None of it seems to be working. For so many years, the way I would fall asleep was I would get insanely high right before bed and just kind of smoke myself to sleep. Which, of course, when you smoke kush before bed, what that does is it interrupts your REM sleep. You're not able to get a good deep REM sleep. And now, in the last maybe month or two here, I've actually been easing off the marijuana completely. And I think my body is still kind of adjusting to that and having that lack of essentially what's a drug. It is a drug. Having that lack and it's not in my life anymore and my body doesn't know how to fall asleep without it. That's the only thing I can think of. I was talking to a friend of mine, he's also a content creator, and he says he's experienced something like that similar himself. The problem he had was overthinking, and he just would not stop overthinking, which is what made him stay awake. And I think I have the same problem because when I was smoking, I didn't really care what I was thinking. I would just smoke it and I would just tire myself out to the point where my eyes shut off and I slept. Now I'm realizing my brain is not turning off. Even if it's 24 hours fully awake, my brain is still on. It doesn't want to turn off. And I normally have a very clean diet. I have been since I got a trainer. I've been working out every day too since I got a trainer also. Now these last few days, I've been slacking on both those things because I'm getting to a point where I'm just starting to not care about any of that. I'm still making videos every day. That's still a very, very important priority for me. And I don't think I'm gonna stop doing that. I mean, now at this point, I'm very sleep deprived. I'm kind of seeing what can happen if you do get to a certain level. But I'm like, I can still make videos like this. No problem. I mean, this is just such... At this point, it's such second nature to me. That's something I feel like I want to do. And if I didn't do it, I don't know what else I would do. So I'm going to keep making videos even though I am dangerously sleep deprived. I'm really happy I'm not driving a car because if I was, I would be terrified of getting behind that wheel. And there are some people, if you've been driving cars for long enough, you know what I'm talking about, that should never be behind the wheel of a car. Sometimes you drive on the road and you see some dude falling asleep behind the wheel and your first instinct is to get the hell away from that car as soon as you can. I'm really happy I can just walk places here in Montreal. We had the big snowfall. Just last night, actually, this giant snowstorm came out of nowhere and completely covered the city in white. So now walking around is also an issue, and I'm having to stay at home more and more than ever before. I remember when I was in university, I would pull an all-nighter at least once a month. I'd just get some Adderall, take that, and then pull an all-nighter, finish some essays, get my work done. And I thought I wouldn't be doing it as I got older, but my body is kind of forcing itself to take these all-nighters. I've never been the kind of person to sleep 8 hours in one night. It's always been, for me, The sweet spot is 6.5 to 7 hours per night. If I get that, I am very energetic, good to go. I'll get tired at the end of the next day, so I can keep sleeping for 6.5 to 7 hours and be good to go and keep that cycle going. One of the fears I'm having now as I get older is if I don't sleep properly now that I'm in my 20s, I wonder how it's going to affect me when I'm in my 30s and my 40s, because I hear from older people all the time, sleep is so important. There are Navy SEALs and motivational coaches and people who are working high-performing jobs who can get by with 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, and they have no problem. They have no desire to sleep 8 hours. But then you have some people, also older, that can't sleep any less than 8 hours, and they feel the need to just get as much sleep every day as they possibly can. And they swear by it. They swear by it the same way as the people who sleep 4 to 5 hours a night do. They say, this is the right way, it's worked for me. And the problem, again, for me is I can't fall asleep properly, and when I do fall asleep, it's just that I'm not getting any quality sleep. I'm waking up after 3-4 hours, and I know I'm not well rested. I know I'm still really tired. The first time I flew to Baltimore and came back here, I was gone for about 8 days in total, I believe. And I came home the first day from the airport. I was sitting on my yoga ball, and next thing you know, I found myself on the floor here, right here. And my bed is maybe 15 steps that way. But I was so comfortable to the point I didn't even want to get off the floor. And I slept there for 12 hours. When I woke up, I was so incredibly well rested, I can't even tell you. That was one of the best sleeps I had in my entire life. On the friggin' floor. And now I'm sleeping in my bed in a nice comfortable mattress, and I can't even get a few hours of quality sleep. C'est la vie. This is how life goes sometimes. You know, like that old Jocko Willink quote, if something good happens, you say good. If something bad happens, you still say good, because that's life. That's how it goes. I am confident that in the upcoming weeks here, I'm going to figure out a solution to this problem, because I know if I don't figure it out, I'm probably going to have to get some help from a doctor soon. This sleep issue is a really, really big problem. I mean, gotta get better sleep, gotta get proper sleep. I just wanted to make this video and just talk about this because I don't know what else to do. I just need to get this off my chest and vent a little bit because, man, not sleeping is seriously just... My eyes are hurting. My eyes hurt. But it's not going away. It feels like there is like sand in my eyes and it's constantly irritated. Yet, it's not going away. Even if I get a good night's sleep, it's still there the next day. The last few days, I've listened to a lot of sleep experts, as they call themselves. The ones who talk on YouTube or on Spotify about how to sleep better, what to do. And I've been doing what they say, but it's not working. So, I'm kind of stuck now in between a rock and a hard place. I will be getting more into long-form content. I'm trying to post 1 a day, and kind of similar to how I was doing it with shorts. But instead of 2 to 3 per day, I'm going to post 1 a day. There was a story that I wanted to talk about today, but unfortunately, my thoughts are not coming together because I sat down to talk about another internet news story, and nothing is kind of formulating in my head. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to talk about my lack of sleep and what's been happening and why these thoughts aren't formulating in my head. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk /rant, sports fans. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.